Welcome to Dream Chaser TV. I'm your host, Mizzier. On today's show, I have Mizzier Sanders, the author of Every Day I Ball. Welcome to the show, Michael. How you doing today?
Good, thanks for having me.
Hey, great. So tell us about the book, Every Day I Ball. What's it all about?
Well, the title is simply self-explanatory, Every Day I Ball. It could come from hustling, it could come from playing basketball, football, whatever you want to do that explains how you ball it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, either you have a nice car or you got a whole lot of money. It's self-explanatory again, like...
So if somebody knows what it means to ball, it's every variation of that.
Yeah, so meaning like in the book, is different variations of how you ball it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And this aspect is two kids that play a sport. One plays football and one plays basketball. Okay. You know what I mean? At the same time, they're on the paper chase. How to get that money.
Right.
But in all actuality, you got to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So all money ain't good money. You know what I mean?
Right. And so like, who's your target audience for this book? Is it for like an older reader, a younger reader, in between?
The target audience is mainly from 14 to like maybe mid-30s, early 40s. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
And what's the message that you're trying to get across to the people that read it? At the end of the day, if somebody picks up this book and they read it, what do you want them to be able to know when they finish reading? That
it's okay to be smart and doing the right thing and to get money.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you're trying to tell them there's good ways and there's bad ways to get money. And like you said, all money ain't good money.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So what inspired you to write a book?
Well, actually, it came from the stigma of being a black athlete. Okay. Basically. Like I said, there's two kids, one plays football, one plays basketball. But the thing about it that's different from everything else is that the two kids are in the honor society. They're smart. But they grew up in humble beginnings. They grew up in the projects. They grew up in single-parent homes. One has a single-parent home, the other one doesn't. Tell us
the process. Where did you start, and how long did it take to get to this point?
Well, actually, what happened was I played basketball. I played basketball in Europe for 10 years. So what happened was in that process of getting to where I had to get to, it was certain things that I had to overcome. Either it was the SATs. You know what I'm saying? Studying for the SATs or not getting a score. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or just being labeled as an athlete that could just play basketball and not be able to read or to write. So I just want to let the people know that it's okay to be smart and being good at what you do. You know what I mean? And having those positive role models around you. Now, again, growing up in that type of era and that type of urban background, so you're normally looking up to maybe your role model could be because your father is not around, or maybe your mother has to work all the time, so you're home alone. So normally the people that you normally see is probably the local drug dealer or someone else that has a lot of money, have a nice car. So you get that negative vibe, maybe you to want to hustle or to do something that's not really good. But this depletes all that. You know what I mean? So I think that if whoever gets to read it, they will understand that it's okay to be smart and to overcome what you need to.
So you said you played ball in Europe for 10 years. Yeah. Did you go to college before that?
I went to Iona College.
Okay.
In North Shore, New York. Then after that, I transferred. I went to Shaw University, CIAA. And after that, I made the transition, and I played overseas.
What was that like? What country did you play in? I mean, what was it like being away from home?
It's different experiences. It's the whole aspect of just seeing how other people live. You know, that we have the good over here. We may not get what we want, but there's other people that can't even get nothing to eat. Right. So this is definitely. I was in Saudi Arabia. I was in China. I was in Portugal. I was in France. I was in Dubai. I went from rich places to poor places. Right. I was in Kosovo. So, I mean, I was all over.
So you're like a journeyman, for real, like for real. You know, they say a journeyman and they talking about cities. You're going all over the world. Like, that's really nice.
Thanks. Yeah.
So so tell us about that experience. I mean, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, we know those are very rich places.
Yeah, but you know, you get depicted, and when you're watching on TV, you only see deserts or you see a whole bunch of bombing or things like that. That wasn't the case.
So prior to going over there to play basketball, had you traveled different places like that? Were you already accustomed to traveling the world? And
just like with my team, like in college, we went to Amsterdam. Okay. And just traveling around the United States, God blessed me with the the skills to be able to travel like that, to see the world, you know, for free like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Through sports and education, that allows you to have, like, it opened the doors to other stuff. So yeah, you had to be good in basketball, but you also had to get accepted into college. That's and right. College was the thing that opened the door to the overseas. That's so right. It's not likely that from your humble beginnings you would have got to the overseas market if you hadn't gone to college.
Nah, you're right. Hard work is everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hard work pays off.
And so what would you say to, like, a young person, you know, maybe they're 14 right now, they're a freshman in high school. What advice would you have for them that could help them? Maybe they don't make it to the NBA, because this is a big thing. This is important. That there's more than just the NBA, right? And so what would you say to a young person about, you know, using their ability educationally, but also as a basketball, football player to get out into the world and make it?
You know, it's nothing wrong with, everyone wants to go to Duke, everyone wants to go to the big schools, the UConns and St. John's and this, that, and that. There's nothing wrong going to a smaller school and being able to show your talents. The whole object of it is to go to school for free. There's nothing wrong with if you can go overseas. If you can, the skills that you were possessed with to be able to take it to other heights. That's not the NBA. It's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel as though if you can get an education for free, that's more than half the battle.
That is.
You know what I mean? Because anything, you can get hurt, and then what are you going to fall back on?
Right. And see, and this is very important, because the education for free comment, I'm gonna look in the mirror for this, in the camera for this, because so you got a free education.
Free education.
And I currently have to pay, you know, I owe $85,000 in student loans right now. So if I would have just practiced a little bit harder on that basketball, or even on my educational stuff, I might have been able to get a free ride. So more than going to the NBA, it's about getting your education for free, so that later on you can be able to say, well, I decided to write a book, or I decided to be a scientist, or I decided to do whatever.
That's right. I didn't want my parents to pay for me to go to school.
Right.
Knowing that they've been paying for me all. I went to Catholic school. You know what I'm saying? So they've been paying for me all my years. Even when I wanted to play AAU basketball, they had to pay for that. Or this, I was just tired of them paying for me to go to school. So I took the initiative to work hard so I could get a scholarship.
Right. I mean, I think that's kind of like a message I wish we could blare it out all up and down the street, because you don't know how many times I go talk to a group of kids, and I'll go around and say, you know, what's your dream? And every other dream is basketball, football, rapper, basketball, rapper, football. But they're not thinking of the free ride to college, the fallback plan, the plan also for, you know, when you can't play basketball anymore. It's not like you can play basketball forever.
No, you're right.
You know, you want to give any shout outs, talk to anybody out there, say a special message to anybody out there before we wrap up?
Just to stay positive, just to stay focused, you know what I mean? Don't ever give up on your dreams. Get a shout out to my family, first of all.
Yeah.
And to God first. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, but to my family and just all the kids out there that's trying to make it in basketball, football, whatever sport you may play, is that you can make it and stay focused.
Now, Every Day I Ball, where can we pick this book up?
Right now, pretty soon it's going to be able to pick it on Amazon.com and all, like, major
online retailers.
Yeah. But right now it's in the Harvard bookstore. And matter of fact, you can check out my trailer. It's www.segwayproductions.com, or you can go to nevideotv.com.
Okay. But I'm telling you right now, this is my copy because he's giving it to me. So I'm going to read this, and I'll be able to tell you that Every Day I Ball is going to be a bestseller. Check it out. And also, Dream Chasers. Oh, wait.
It's going to be a movie, too. So.
Oh, we're going to do a movie.
It's going to be a trilogy.
Big things happening.
The first one.
All right, see?
You know what I mean?
See, so Michael Sanders, he's here today. This is early. So he already has had a career in basketball. He's writing his first book. Now he's going to take his first book, make it into a movie. One of the things I just like to show that things don't just happen overnight. It's a process. And so to be a dream chaser is the process. It's not a snap of a finger type of thing. And, you know, get your education for free, you know, with your skills. But we got to get out of here. I just want to say to everybody out there, dream chasers, never stop dreaming. Every day I ball.